Hey guys, this is Jason from SoCal Accessories. Today I'm going to be showing you guys step by step how to remove your rear bumper on the Type R. It should be the same on the regular hatchback also. If anything, there might be one or two more screws or bolts or clips extra on the Type R. So we're going to show you step by step how to install this new rear cap on the Type R. So this one's not a plug and play install. Once you remove the bumper and you take this old one off, you are going to have to cut. So this piece sits further in so that this could fit all the way in to snap in place, okay? So we'll be showing you guys how much you need to cut, where you need to cut, and how to do it step by step. So the first step to remove the bumper is you have two screws right here on each side. Easiest way to take these off, if you have an angle bit, you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Besides that, you should have about 6 clips on each side. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should have another 6 on the other side. So that's 12 clips total. You can remove those with a clip remover or a flat screwdriver. And then besides that, you have 2 Allens on each side of the upper part of the bumper that need to come off. Those should be Allen size 5. All right, guys, to remove the bumper, you're gonna wiggle this. Give it a little bit of a shake. It will come off a lot easier when you shake it. So you shake that whole corner to come out, and then for the back, same thing. Pull back and give it a little bit of a shake and it's gonna come off, okay? When you guys are prying this, don't just keep pulling. If these tabs are not coming off, the easiest way to take it off, like I said, shake it up and down. Once you get these off, shake it while you put pressure backwards, or like you're pulling it out or pulling it off. Alright guys, so to remove this cap once the bumper's off, you do have to remove this Phillips screw from each side. After you remove that, you could use a flat screwdriver or a plastic pry bar or something. You need to pry out all these tabs, okay? So same thing, like the front one, you're going to put a little bit of pressure while you kind of push those tabs. Okay, see how that pressure just got those 3 to unclip? Now we got 4, so we're going to do the same thing. Apply pressure from this little square to push outward. While you guys are popping these clips, pressure outward. Also, we're going to have to, I believe this one, you need to get this one popped out so you could pull this piece back slightly apart from the bumper, because this has like a little tooth or like an indentation that this one overlaps. So I'll show you guys that right now. Since we're back here right now, let's pry this up and apply a little bit of pressure to it. And that should be good enough. Alright, we'll go to the other end. Alright, so the teeth on all these were on the bottom. On this one, it's actually towards the top. So now that came out, and then we're going to go to that back end to show you guys that. Alright, you guys, so you see, if you don't take out that screw, this wouldn't come out. You just need to get this out far enough so you could take this out. You see how it has that little like overlaps, where this overlaps this piece a little bit. And then when you put the new one back in, same thing, leave this loose until you pop that new one in place. For the new one, it's not going to pop right in place. You actually have to cut this. I believe, if I remember correctly, you got to basically cut this whole section out. If it hits, I'll let you know to trim more, but for now, where we're going to trim is going to be here. We're going to do it with a Dremel. I'll show you guys just a little brief explanation of how you should have the Dremel faced and stuff. Besides that, this piece just unclips, so you can push down with your finger on that tab and it comes off, and you just transfer this over to the new one, okay? Alright you guys, so when you use a Dremel, make sure this is tight. You don't want nothing coming out. When you cut this, I suggest using a face shield or safety goggles so you don't get plastic debris in your eyes. When you're cutting it, don't have this piece of the Dremel facing towards something you don't want to ruin. So like, let's say once this piece goes into the plastic and this is spinning, you don't want to have this towards this area, because this is spinning, it will ruin your paint. Let's say this goes through and this ends up touching that. So when I'm cutting, I have this facing downward here, I have it inward here. When I cut here, it's going to be inward, not outward like that, okay? That's just a tip from my own experience. So let's get to it. So that's basically how you're going to cut with a Dremel. We're going to skip the full process. I'll show you guys right now after I cut this all out, okay? Alright you guys, so we already cut where I told you we were going to cut, now we're going to test fit the cap. If it clears, we're going to transfer over this little reflector and go ahead and pop it in place and put it back on. We're going to go ahead and blow it off with an air hose real quick just to get rid of some of this debris. Alright you guys, so when you put the new one back on, you pull slightly forward on this so that could overlap it just like it did with the other one. Then you go and you slide in these tabs on this side first. So you want to slide these in first, because if you push all these in and these are sticking out, you're going to chip your paint slightly if you're pushing on these tabs and they ain't going in. So let's push those in first. Since this side's already being held in with those, make sure all the tabs are lining up. And we just apply some pressure. After we look from that side to make sure that they're all pushed in, we're going to put that screw back on right there. And that's it. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. Alright you guys, so that's the step-by-step on how to install the new ones. We cut out both sides, installed them, put the screws in the back, make sure they clipped in all the way. Now we're going to put the bumper back on the same way we took it off. The steps to put the bumper back on would be opposite of what we did to take them off. Alright you guys, so that's the new rear caps on it. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys on how to install them. If you like it, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more.